like the whole Mark Goldberg and the other
Oh,
interviews.
cool.
So
We're live. So there we go. There we go. I guess that's what I say. I've been watching all my videos, and that's something that I just say. There we go. So
I know that's what I say too. Sometimes I'm like, all right, we're live, and then it's like I gotta jump right into, hey guys, hope you're having a good Sunday or Monday or whatever day it is that I record.
yeah, I hope you guys are having a good Tuesday. Wednesday in Australia. They're in the future. I always ask what the future looks like whenever I talk to my Australian friends. And speaking of Australian friends, Pat and Glenn from Canine Paradigm were scheduled to appear today, but they had to postpone. And Kevin was gracious enough to switch his date. He was supposed to do next week, but we're going to have the Canine Paradigm on next week. And Kevin is today. And join me every Tuesday. That's when I'll be doing these live streams. So set your calendar. I haven't had a set time, but I have about from a 3-hour window. So I'm going to start them either noon Pacific time to about 3 p.m., depending on times around the world. We speak to dog trainers, dog professionals from all around the world. And even at 3 p.m. Pacific time is 8 a.m. down in Australia. So I have to get those guys to do a live stream with me in the morning. And they're down for it. So join me every Tuesday on a live stream. And also, if you guys like what I do here, consider supporting me on Patreon. I'll put a link to my Patreon in the comments down below. It's super easy. It's patreon.com/bowwowbills. And I'm working on being more active. Here, you guys, I'll show it down here on the ticker, as well as put it in the comments below. And I've had some success with the Patreon, but it's been dwindling a little bit. So I have a lot of free subscribers. If you guys are on the free route, consider joining, upgrading your membership to either the $5 level. I also have a $20 level, and I also have a $100 level too. So $100 level includes a Zoom meeting with me, one-on-one, and that's actually a good deal because you get the Zoom meeting, which typically I charge $100 to $150, depending on what we're working on. $150 for the hour. So you're going to get an hour for $100 and then you're also going to get access to all the Patreon content as well. So check me out there. And I'm going to be offering some discounts on some wonderful products. One of the products is going to be this Atlas. Have you ever used this, Kev?
No, but I did hear you talking to Maggie about it in the last live you did. I got to look into that.
Oh, it's amazing, dude. Here, and let me show you guys. So Atlas, and just so you guys know, I'm not getting paid to support this. I did have some free samples sent to me, but I'm all about this product. And the reason is, you guys, look, it's legit. It just got named 2024 Pet Innovation Award for Dog Hip and Joint Product of the Year. And this isn't even available publicly. They haven't even done their awards yet for 2024, but this has been named, as you can see. So it's made by my good friend, Dr. Ravi Iyer, and we've done a live stream where we talk all about his products. He has the Atlas. And the Atlas, here, congratulations, Doc, by the way. This is an amazing achievement, man. And it just kind of shows, like, this was over 2,500 different competitors, right? So first out of 2,500 global, and that's globally, and Atlas wins product of the year. And here's the website for them. I'll share this in the comments down below as well. So it also has dog products, human products, and horse products. And you just come to the activepower.com and you can see they have the Atlas, this is amazing. And there's also a discount that happens with a monthly subscription too. And then we have the Active Band Power Pack, which are these bands that you put on the dog's legs. We have a massager. This Acto Rub is kind of like Tiger Balm. That's what it smells like to me. And they also have a massager. They have a little muscle kit, which has everything, the complete kit here. And so check them out, you guys. I'll put up a link to this what I'm talking about right here, this page, which is the dog page. And in the comments, what's up, George? George is here.
Hi, George.
And that's it, man. So, and I want to show you too, like the thing I like about this, I mean, first off, it's human grade ingredients, and they also have a human line, which I think is the same thing. But this is the scoop. So you can see how small that scoop is, right? And so one of these cans of Atlas will last, and you just put one big scoop on, or one scoop on your dog's food. And for my little dogs, like this has lasted me, and it's not even halfway empty. And I use it every single day with my dogs. My dogs love it, except for one, Pecan. She's sitting right here. This one hates it, but she won't even eat. This dog won't even eat raw or like cooked steak.
Really?
Yeah, dude. She'll
insane.
She loves fish. So she'll eat fish, and she loves, but she's a weird dog, man. Sometimes you just get weird dogs. And but do you know what she does is she likes to take a piece of cooked steak and she'll guard it. And so even though she won't eat it, she'll just sit there and go to all the other dogs. And then So with that out of the way, and I mean, they also have Zeus for humans. iRub is like the rub for humans as well. You guys, check it out. ActivePower.com. I highly, highly recommend it. I would not recommend anything that I don't love myself. Okay, so with that being said, how you doing, Kevin?
I'm doing good. It's great to be here, and always thankful to have the opportunity to talk with you, Bill.
Yeah, Kevin and I have done a couple conversations already. Kevin has started his not first, but he's done quite a few of them. He started to do live streams as well.
Oh yeah, just because I got inspired by Bill, especially like I think I started it especially when like COVID happened, when everyone was like stuck at home and we didn't have a conference then, so I decided just to come up with a whole live stream thing, and it just became a thing.
Yep, it's pretty cool, man. The amount of people that you can reach. I started to do it. Well, first off, a lot of people don't know that I have a company called dogcoach.com, which was a long time ago, 2010. I launched a magazine, and I had some family issues come up, and the magazine idea just didn't pan out. So I had to kind of put that on the back burner. And I started doing these live streams as kind of a surrogate for that project. Like I wanted to still keep in contact with a lot of the dog trainers that I met through the IACP conferences and different networking events that I went to when I was building this magazine. And I'm a dog trainer as well, so I'm passionate about what I do, and I just wanted to leverage my knowledge as well as those of the friends that I had, my network. And so I started doing these live streams. And I continued to do them today, and it's been like 7-8 years, man, since I've done these live streams. I got hundreds of them, a couple hundred of them, and it's something that I want to do for a long time. I have a dog. I don't know if you guys can hear him barking. That's Murphy in the background, but sorry about that. I'll get on him if he starts to get to be too much. And if you guys like, I tell people, Kevin, that if you can't deal with barking dog as a dog trainer, then you're probably in the wrong industry.
At that point, it being a dog, Patreon talk, it's like it'd be weird if it didn't have like one dog bark in the background or something, or pitter patter.
Yeah, I got my dogs running around. I just did a bath for one of them, and I don't know if she's excited to be nice and clean or excited to be out of the bath and done with it. But she's running around being an idiot, just and getting everybody else riled up too. So Kevin, I want to, even though we've talked a couple times, this is the first time we've done it on my channel, right?
It might have been. I think this either is the first one or it might be the second one I'm on. So I think it's either the first or the second, but I lost track.
Well, Kevin, so I'm going to share this. So I'm going to go on Facebook, and I do what I do with. I go into my personal page here, and I'm going to share it. And while I share it, do you mind telling people who you are and where you're from and what you're all about?
Yeah, sure. So I'm Kevin, and I'm based off in Northern California, Santa Rosa. My business is Kanine Freedom, and usually most people don't know where Santa Rosa is in Northern California, so I often just say I'm 5 minutes where the Michael Ellis School for Dog Trainers is. Like, I just go down the street and I'm right there.
Really?
Yeah, it's funny because, like, if I go to conferences or workshops and I'll tell them like Santa Rosa, they don't know where. They won't be like, oh, okay. But if I say, you know where Michael Ellis's school is, and they're like, oh yeah, I'm like, yeah, I live like 10 minutes away. It's so
Okay.
funny how I bring that up. And yeah, I've been out here for 7 years, like doing private lessons, group classes, and I also run large field socializations that I learned from like Heather Beck and Jason Vasconi.
Cool.
So pretty much it's just like my favorite part is just working with the clients and going helping out people from their homes and improving their relationship with what I have to teach. There it is.
Yeah, there it is. Nice area. Looks like it's hot there today too, man. 98 degrees. Look at that. 98 degrees in
Yep,
Santa Rosa, California.
It's gonna be like that all week.
Goodness gracious. Yeah, I mean, that's up here in the Pacific Northwest. I'd say it's hot and it's 80 degrees out, right? And so I want to say what's up to George. We just said hi to him, but I want to say, this guy is an OG in the dog training world. We got Michael Bishop, my man. Michael, we need to do another one, dude. You and I, I've done a live stream with him, but I want to catch up with him. He's been up to some good things, done a couple gold schools. So welcome, you guys. Share this if you don't mind. I just shared it on my page as well. And Kevin, what initially got you working with dogs? What was your interest? Did you grow up with dogs? I see that you also have a degree, right?
Yeah, I have I have a degree for an associate and bachelor's degree in canine studies from Bergin University of Canine Studies, and I spent 1 year in the associates, and then I had 2 additional years that I did for the bachelor's, which
Okay.
hold on, I think I can grab my photo frame. It's right here. Excuse me, Chihuahua. I don't want to step on your head.
Yeah, grab that sucker right off the wall. Don't be busting your frame, dude.
I'm like, how did I get it in there? There we go.
Yeah, good luck getting it back. You know the fork trick, how you can put the fork on the peg and then slide it on down?
Oh, well, I gotta do that now. Well, now I know. Thank you, Bill. But this was my bachelor's degree. So I spent like 3 years. Like, that's why I moved out from like little New Jersey all the way to Northern California, was to attend and study there for the years. And then after that, I really liked the environment in California, so I decided to stay and then run my business shortly after. I was working at Petco for while I was in college. So
interesting. So why dogs? Why pursue this degree? And let's get into that a little bit.
It was the age, I believe, like 10 or 11 years old, and probably maybe like a couple of other people, I got inspired because after watching Caesar Milan, the Dog Whisperer, and at that time I only had like a Shih Tzu as my first dog I took care of, and yeah, it was just like I was just thinking, just the thought, oh cool, just to be paid to train dogs, and I like dogs more than people at that time. I still kind of do a little bit, but I'm very social compared to when I was younger.
Okay.
And yeah, it was like after that, like watching his shows. I even like bought his books that I would read during my spare time during class, and then it became like a thing. Like I had different things as a kid. Like I wanted to be like a cook. I wanted to be a zoologist at one time, and then the dog training part of it just resonated with me. And then after that, I went from having a Shih Tzu in high school to having like 4 to 5 dogs. Like I had a red-nosed pitty, I had a Dachshund mix, I had a Corgi, and then I had the Shih Tzu. And it just walking downtown like 2 miles each way, and my high school classmates would always just be like, "Oh, Kevin walked like 25 dogs yesterday," and I'm just like, "Dude, I only walked 5." It's like, this is why you're doing terrible in algebra class.
That's funny.
I'm just like, there's no way I'm walking 5. There's no way I could walk 25 dogs like at that moment. But yeah, like my mom loved how inspired I was with Caesar. And then there was like actually one time where he was in Atlantic City doing a live show, and then my mom and I, like, she took me there for the live show, and then we had like his books for him to sign, and we actually made like a shirt just for him. Like it had, I forgot what we printed on the shirt, but we basically had that as a gift for him. And I don't know if this was like a blessing or if it was just like we were very lucky, but I'm gonna say both because I was super grateful for that situation. Like after the show was done, we went up to a security guard to ask, like, "Hey, we have a gift for Caesar. Can you give it to him or something like that?" This security guard was a really nice woman, and she was just like, "Oh, just come with me." And she walked us straight into his dressing room with him there. And then I'm like maybe 12 or 13 years old when this is happening. And I was like, oh my God, me and my mom were like, wow, we did not think we would get this far. And then we meet him, and he immediately wore the shirt we wore that we made him. And then he signed, I had 5 books ready to be signed, and he signed them all.
That's wild, man. He's a cool guy. I've met him a couple times. Let me show you this. This is one of when I met him back when this is 2011. Wow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, 2011. I met him before that too. Look at me, dude. Look at no beard.
Yeah, that threw me off. I was like, this is not Bill.
Well, and the thing is that hello, fellow students. Hello, Pilot Podcast Wiseman. Cool. What's up, Derek?
What's up, Derek?
Yeah, this was, dude, the cool thing about this, and what's also cool about it too, is that I looked, and the people that I liked it is my mom and dad were the first 2 that liked it, and they're both in heaven right now. But I have clients that I have still today that have commented on this back, 14 years ago. I have clients all the way back to 2007. But this was at an ICP event, and this was when he was super busy, and I remember I wanted to chat with him, and he came up, and I said, "Hey, Caesar, I want to chat with you for a second." He's like, "Oh man, I'm busy. I'll come back to you." And that was earlier on in the day. And then later on, man, he like literally came up, and I just felt a tap on my shoulder, and I was sitting at this table, and it was Caesar, and I was like, man, what a great guy. He remembered me, and we chatted a little bit about my project. And I don't know if you guys can see, but this is talking about the Dog Coach magazine. If you look on my chest here, Dog Coach magazine. This was when I still had that project going. This is actually right when the project actually got hung up. I mean, I did a couple more years, but had to let my employees go and started on doing these live streams and stuff. But I'm a fan of his. I like Caesar. I definitely think that some of his techniques are better for more powerful dogs, right? He had that Maltese that they were grooming, and I think that he moved a little bit too quickly with that dog. But we're not here to critique that. I mean, I should. Like, there's some videos that I've been thinking about pulling off YouTube and stuff, and just kind of looking, just kind of doing a commentary on him and talking about what I would do, and just to take some time. And I know that he has a TV show. I know that they want results, and he's back on. I mean, he's back on, has some episodes coming out, and just to sit and chat with him, the couple times that I've met him probably 3 or 4 times. And every single time, man, he's just a down-to-earth person, just a great guy. I've been very impressed. And he just has a very busy life. And but I'm happy to have known him. And I've actually spoken with Lynn Bokey, who's he worked with Caesar before Caesar had his show and all that stuff too. He worked with Heather as well, and he did a lot of the large pack socialization stuff. Yeah, and Omar, he says Omar is greater than Caesar for me. But it's kind of the different types of, where Omar is a trick trainer, and we talked, and Caesar rehabilitates humans, right? He's a dog psychologist. He teaches people about the dogs and what they're doing wrong, and then, but the results that he's got are legit, man. And sometimes he moves too quick. Sometimes he has gotten bit. And there's some mistakes that we've all made in this industry, but he's still around, and he's brought a lot of people into the industry too. And that's the important aspect of this too, is that he's inspired people to join the industry, and whether or not they are successful, whether or not they really want to get into the nitty gritty. And that's probably where I want to go with you, Kevin, is like, so you get inspired by Caesar. You've been to the school, and you've been to, you've taken your education to a kind of a different level. And what have you learned during this time of academia and pertaining to dogs?
I mean, that's a really good question. And just how it all tied up together was just, I think it was just meant to be, because when I was at Caesar's, at his dog psychology center, that was when I actually met Heather back for the first time with a couple of the other trainers. And after that, it was between, I met Heather over there, and then I met up with her for a workshop in Vermont, and then I met her with my mom in New York, and also where Caesar also, I think he guest spoke at Bergin University, I think really long time ago, and then they gave him some acknowledgement or something like that, and that's how I found out about Bergin. So it just tied up to be exactly how it was perfect planning, where after I graduated Bergin, I went to Heather to shadow with her at Canine Lifeline, which was really great. And I love Heather Beck. She's she's always been my mentor, that I could message her in the middle of the night and she answers, being giving me the tough love, but she tells me straight up what I need to do. So I can't, academic wise, I just did Cameron Ford, the cognition canine test, which is really cool, because it's just to have a test and a formula to kind of calculate what individual dog, how strong is his memory and inference, I think was a really big it was a really cool thing to see, because you have different roles, whether it's service dog, or if you're having a protection sport dog, or if it's actually a police dog, any of those situations where you want to be able to know if this is the dog that can handle the job, and cognition wise. So just being able to understand how they did the test, and put it all together and formulate it was really cool. And I'm also doing which when you interview Maggie with like working on the business, I've been just recently just trying to learn how to focus on the business side of things, where like all the little details. Like I currently signed up to do the grassroots, so I want
Oh,
to
you
work
did?
on.
Cool.
Yeah. So because like I always felt like that dog training I'm really good at, just the business side, where it's like, like closing, like just talking on the phone with clients and closing sales and things like that, like just the business part that I never really tapped into. So I said to myself, like, this year I really want to work on like improving myself as a businessman and also improving my business, so it can prosper and move forward.
Absolutely, man. Like a lot of people don't realize that they get caught up working in the business instead of working on the business, and that leads to burnout pretty quick, and it leads
Yep.
to just knowing what you don't know what you don't know. And I've hired business coaches, and they've been very helpful to me. At the very start of my career as a dog trainer, I hired some pretty successful business coaches, and I attribute a lot of my success to them. And they don't necessarily have to be in the dog realm, right? They can be a successful business coach from just that overall gets businesses into alignment, organized, get your head right, shows you how to find the good clients, how to close them, what they're looking for, knowing that they're 10 times more likely to act on emotion than they are on pure intellect. Well, Derek, looks like Derek's got to go, so take care, Derek. And so there's value in that. There's value in working on your business, not just in your business. And they're going to be grassroots dog training is also going to be doing or what is it? My Dog Biz. I think grassroots dog business school. So it's dog biz school.
Mm-hmm.
.com. I'll put up a link down below, and they're going to be doing a seminar down in Austin, Texas here in August that I'm planning on attending myself, but I'll do a quick shout out for them. And Maggie was just on my previous live stream, and I liked it, man. I talked to her a few times, and I think that she has a good head on her shoulder. I think that she thinks uniquely, kind of outside of the box, and that's what I like about her. And she also gets the fact that this is a service-based industry, and how to appeal to that. And it's not just about problem solving. It's about relationships, serving your clients well, and meeting their expectations as far as their training demands, but also providing that missing link of being the helper for the dog aspect of their life, And so I definitely recommend checking out the interview that I did with Maggie last week, and check out her dog biz school. Just posted up a comment or a link in the comments for that one as well. And so is there anything that you remember in school that really stands out of like aha moments or pretty big significant seasons for you in school?
I mean, I would say it definitely was like it was a little bit of a big like jump in right into the training, whereas like when I was a kid I only knew like how to train like Caesar, like, right? And then when I went to Bert, and then I would like practice with like me volunteering at the rescue with their dogs and things like that. And then I went to California, and then like Bergin's a very positive reinforcement based setting with like, and we're training service dogs, so it's a lot of just like marking, like me learning how to mark with the yes. And then like I also learned a lot of just like teaching like having the dogs open the fridge, close the fridge, retrieval, for like quadriplegics and paraplegics. And
Yes.
like I think for me, one of the big things that I still do to this day is it's like bit by bit, like just not like learning that less is more, trying, or is like just leaving it on a good note. And then also, and especially where like right now where we learn like overnight learning, we learn like whelping, like we helped whelp puppies while we were there, so we had that cool, so we got to have that cool experience. And they recently just moved up to from they I think they're moving their location. I think they're going back between like
Oregon,
from California, they're moving to Oregon, so they just bought a really nice property up there. It's like it used to be like a Catholic school that they're using it for the dogs now. So
cool, man. Yeah, I'll see if I can reach out to somebody and see if they want to do a live stream with me. Yeah, I mean, they have vision and mission. Let's look at this one here. More than educational. Cool. More than a facilitated revolutionary research become a lyceum and inspires a pursuit of deeper understanding of a human-dog bond. Yeah, you can. There's some good stuff about that, but there's also some slippery slopes there too, especially with positive only, and that's where the NAPOPO stuff comes in, because then they're talking about the different quadrants as well, and how even when we think we're using positive only, we also have some aspects of negative punishment and negative reinforcement and positive punishment that are present too. And even though our clients might not be interested in learning all the aspects of that technical jargon, it's important that we understand how it works and what quadrant we're in and how to utilize that, either to build behavior or to diminish the behavior that our clients are hiring us to do. Right?
Yep. And I'll be honest with you, like I was pretty bad with the whole sorry, my brain totally spaced out. Like operational conditioning with all the quadrants.
Yeah.
And then like literally I understood the whole thing just from like going to like silver school and gold school. Like it just like when they like hammer it, like all that information, it was like, I am so glad they did. Now I can now I can explain it like a lot more clearly. And like that was one thing I was like I enjoyed about the whole like going to NAPOPO school, the silver and gold school. It was like that, and just understanding the whole concept was really cool.
Yeah, it's a big one. I'll put up a napopotraining.com as well in the link, because I highly recommend it too. And if you guys join my Patreon, you'll see that I just did a collar review for one of their collars, the Chameleon 4, which is the newest collar that they are offering, and it is amazing. It's definitely the top of the line, top tier collar, and you're going to be paying, it's definitely it's some money. It's not cheap by any stretch of the imagination, but it's because it is the best of the best. And the features that are present within this Chameleon, I'll show you guys what I'm talking about here. And so I did an unboxing of this collar right here, you guys, on my Patreon. And the unboxing that I did on this collar, I did for free. So this one's available for free. And so you guys can watch that. You just have to join as a free member. But you guys, look at this remote. On this remote, you have a few features here. Let me show you. Whoops, here, let me go back down to the remote. Well, there's a finger kick. But if you look up here, so we have, there's just so many things, man. This collar is revolutionary, and the remote is revolutionary as well. So first and foremost, you can turn on and off the collar with the remote, okay? So that by itself is a game changer. Boom. Game changer there. 2, you see down here, the little doggy with the red X. That means that the collar is not making contact. This is the only collar. I wonder if I zoom in like this. Yeah, this would be better here. Maybe. Here we go.
There you go.
So this is the only collar that has contact measurement. And so you can see without a doubt if you're making contact with the collar itself on the dog. Okay, right here, this indicator means that there is no contact being made. If the dog is green with the check mark, then contact is being made. Okay, let's move right over here. See this? This tells you the signal. So if you got only 1 bar, then you're losing signal. If you got 5 bars, you're good to go. You know, this thing goes for 300 meters. Then we go right here. Guess what, you guys? This tells you the temperature of the dog, or the collar itself on the dog. Okay, so we have lots of different pet welfare aspects of this collar. That's why you're paying the premium price. And I want to get a collar for my little guys too. Even though I have some collars, this remote is so amazing that the features that it has and the functionality is top of the line. It's like, you know, my clients, they drive Mercedes, they drive these luxury cars, and just like the difference between a Mercedes and a Camry, both cars are going to get you from point A to point B. But the features that are present in the Mercedes that provide comfort, that provide safety, that's what the premium price is for, and the experience that you get with this top of the line model. We have 4 buttons, so each one of the buttons, and you see on the sides here. Can you see my little cursor, Kevin?
Yep. It's
Okay,
it's like a tiny little dot, but I can see it moving.
So this button right here, this one's lit up, so this would be the button that's active right here. Okay, and you could also use the finger kick, which here, let me see here. Right here's the finger kick, and you can pair it with one of the buttons. Okay, and so the finger kick, whoa, Jiminy Christmas, that thing's getting really big. Oh wow, it's cool though. Look at that. Okay, then let's move up. So we stopped right here, and then we have all the different settings. And so we have momentary, we have alert, we have continuous, we have descending, we have ascending, and then we also have tone that you can put with that function. So you can do it with the tone and with the tone off. Now, when you do the tone, it does a tone and a vibration as well. Okay. Then down here is the home button. Well, I can't really see the home button, but the home button is how you would program it and how you switch in between the different buttons, but also how you turn it on. And then up here we have the remote icon, the CTT4 icon, and this tells you how much battery your remote has. Then it flashes between the remote and the collar, and it will indicate how much battery life the collar has. You could put up to 4 dogs on this collar. And then, you guys, this thing has an app that you have on your phone. You know, and I'll show you the app here in just a second. But not only the remote, but you can also use your iPhone to operate this collar, to change the different aspects and to turn off the stimulation, to limit the stimulation. As a dog training professional, this allows us so many more capabilities. You know, this thing blew my mind when I started to get my hands on it. And I'm just like so excited that Bart and Michael have made this product, and they've spent so many years. You could put up to 4 dogs on this collar, and this indicates the 2 dog, 1 dog 2 on this one. And then it also has what's called an SSC, which means that when this collar is wet, it's going to be the same stimulus as when the collar is dry. And a lot of different collars, man, you get them wet, and they're going to be a lot higher when you stim that dog. And so even though we're working and we're paying a price for this, as far as a premium is concerned, in my opinion, it's worth it, man. And like it's induction charging. So we have a charging plate here. And this is what
that's really cool. Like, I did not know it came with that. That's really cool.
Yeah, and not only can you charge with the remote with the induction charging, but you also charge the collar, where you put this collar, the 4 face down on the induction plate, and it charges, and you can charge it on your iPhone, and even in your car. Some of the new cars have the induction charger in there, and it works with that as well. And it comes with a badass case. And so, like all around, I mean, you're looking at almost $2,000 for this collar. I think it's $1,800 in the States you can get it
Mhm.
for, right? But it's worth it. I mean, with all the things that I've mentioned, for the serious dog trainer, serious dog owner, like a radio feedback, 300 meters, shows contact measurement, temperature of the collar, battery level, radio signal of the collar, just like we just talked about. Sleep mode, so you put your dog, your collar to sleep without having to grab the collar and put the magnets up to it. Okay. You can lock the battery, so you can, or I mean, lock the button. And so avoid involuntary level changes by blocking your actual simulation level. So you can lock that. This thing is legit, you guys. Like I say, I don't really talk about stuff that I'm not keen on using myself. And this thing is pretty amazing. I was blown away, and I'm a big fan of those guys, and they're not paying me anything. Right. Here's the collar itself. Right. Or the app. And we have different, I mean, you can pair all different collars in there. We have the settings. Look at this, like all simulation level. This is a Dogify app, large size, sensitive dog, right? If you enable this, if your dog is skin contact measurement and the skin voltage decreased, so we can ensure that that we have sensitive dogs, man. Like, this is the future of dog training, you guys. This collar and integration with the app on iPhone and also on Android stores. That's the Chameleon 4. I'll put up a link in the comments down below. And I highly recommend, even if you have to save up for this, you guys, this is worth it. This is worth it. This is top of the line, especially if you're a professional dog trainer.
Yeah, it's literally like, I think it's one of the most unique e-collars like I've ever seen, just because it's like sometimes like owners just have a hard time just figuring out if they actually have contact with like the e-collar with their dogs, and then like the fact they can help you with that. I mean, funny enough, where I took my Malinois with me to goat school, and we couldn't get contact, and Bart's like, brush the dog. I'm like, I'm brushing. And we finally got contact. And then he's just like, it's like, okay, good. Took only 2 days, but you finally got contact. I'm like, okay, yay.
Well, and then we also have the entry level, which are the ecollar.coms, right? And I mean, I'm good with those too. But if my clients just want a simple collar, a couple $100, I mean, you can get up there with these collars too, $300-$400. But if you're a professional, man, I definitely recommend the Martin System collars. And these ones are a little bit different. So as you can see with these collars, they have the box. And a lot of times that's exactly what happens, because we do not have that indicator that contact is being made. Sometimes we can lose contact. We don't know. And then what happens is that the people inadvertently start to dial up that collar, and then the dog moves and it makes contact. And then we have an involuntary overstimulation. And that's not good when we're working with dogs. And that's not good, especially if we have a sensitive dog, right? Just like I was talking about with the Martin System, the sensitive dog setting that they have. And then when we come back at the collar, the Martin System collar, like you can see, this is a totally different shape of collar, where we call it like a monkey holding onto a tree, right? So it's not a box, but instead we have on the sides here that we have the contacts here. Let me see if I can pull this right here. Whoops. Whoa. It's like weird.
I was about to say, we're highlighting the bungee part of it, if anything, which I really like. I do love the bungee part.
I like the bungee, but I also like they have a collar that can go over it, and I like that as well. My clients seem to like that. But there is a learning curve to this, you guys. There is a learning curve to the higher tech product, and you have to take the time to explain how to operate this. And the cool thing about the Martin System collar too is that if you lose a finger kick, if you lose a transmitter, if you use the collar itself, you lose it, we can pair another one to it. And it's pretty simple to do. And you learn about that stuff when you go to the gold school, and there's an e-collar certification that goes along with the gold certificate as well. So can't say enough great things. And even if it's not a CTT4, the brand new remote that Martin System has, there's also a Kanine, there's also a PT3000 that doesn't have all the features, but it still works, and it's still amazing. And the PT3000 can go a very long ways. Like how long does that go? I got to figure it out now. I think it's definitely over a mile, I believe. But yeah, man, I definitely recommend. Have you had any of the Martin System collars yet?
Funny as you ask, I literally have mine right here. I think it's like it's the one like you get from like when you go to silver school. I think
The
it's
Micro
like
B, yeah.
the Micro B. So I have a set for my Malama, and like after going through the features, I thought even just with this is like pretty top of the line, like for like versus my mini educators and things like that.
Yep, the Micro B would be the comparable model for the educator of the e-collar system. This guy over here, right? And the Micro B can also be paired onto like a chameleon strap as well. So you can have here. I'll show you the Micro B here. So yeah, and then let's see, and it's compatible with the app too. So Dogify compatibility. So you can download the app with that, and then turn on and off the stimulus, all that stuff. Let me see the range here with the PT3000. I'm all curious now with the chameleon. Let me see if I can find the. Yeah, look at this. This is the collar itself. This is amazing stuff, man. Let me see. Buy right here, PT3000. Can you guys see this? Can you see it, Kev?
Yep, I see it. Oh, Nelson says hi.
Nelson, my dude. 3,000 meters, you guys. Can you guys see that? The range of 3,000 meters. My goodness. Now I got to see. So this is the PT3000 collar. I know we're just happened onto this. What's up, Nelson? If you guys don't know Nelson, you definitely should. He's definitely one of my mentors, one of my dear friends. Now I need to find out 3,000 meters to miles here. Meters to miles. 1.86 miles, you guys. So this is how far that PT3000 goes. 1.86 miles. We're off on a little tangent here with the technology, but isn't that crazy, dude? Like this is that's mind blowing. So, and there's lots of different features you can do with the PT3000 as well. So PT3000 has a 4-button system. Let's see here. So boom, can you see what I'm showing you? So it has the 4 buttons. It's a little bit not as fancy because it doesn't have the LCD screen, but it has 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you can see which button it is onto, or which button you're operating it onto, depending on where this little light is. And here's kind of the home button. So it's a lot of the aspects are very similar to how you operate all of these remotes for Martin System. And so this thing, I think you can get into a chameleon with the PT3000 for about $900. So if it's almost half the price of the Chameleon 4, worth every penny of it, you guys, especially if you're a professional, check it out. And I think that's what came with the Micro B, right?
Yeah. It came with a finger kicker. It came with the chameleon you can put attached to it. Even has like comfort. Even has the wings like you would see on Mini Educator. Like if you look at like right.
So Kevin has put on the Micro B onto a chameleon collar. So just hold that up for a second. So bring it over here. Here, I'll actually put you on solo here real quick. And then he has the fingers, the feathers, excuse me, the feathers that go on there. So it's a different, that ensures contact. And then you can screw in the micro bead into the actual chameleon itself right there in the center. So you guys, this technology is super cool. And that's why I like geeking out on this stuff, man. And if you guys, I've done a whole unboxing with the Chameleon 4 with the CTT4, the brand new collar, on my Patreon page, and it's free of charge. I think you do have to sign up to be a member, but it's free. You don't have to pay anything. Check it out over there. I am so impressed by this stuff, you guys. So it's very cool. And it's always great to have options, not just as professionals that we can utilize to communicate with our own dogs, but a thorough option that we can offer our clients. And even if it's just entry level with the educator, and if that doesn't work for some reason, we always have avenues to go. We always have a plan B. And if they really want, like some of my clients, they really want a trained dog. And they want to essentially they've had a dream about having this dog that they see on competition fields. They see, and they want that. And they have the dog that has potential. Then I have the best equipment to offer them as well.
Mm-hmm.
So let's get back into talking about, how did you find NePoPo, and how did you go from Bergin to NePoPo?
I think it was like I started seeing some fellow dog trainers that I met from the ICP. Like I started seeing them like I think they took video. They also said that how they attended the NePoPo school, and so it was like I was chatting with, like, I think it was like you and some other people, I think Adrian as well, that I started watching you guys like work with your dogs with like what, based on what you did with Bart and Michael. And then after that I was really curious and started asking around, and I think it was like 2021. Yeah, 2021. Oh no. Yeah, 2021 that I went to Silver, and then like me and my best friend jumped on it because we thought at that time it was going to be the last time they did this, the last round of Silver School that they did. So we were like, oh crap, we gotta do this now. And then we went there, I think November, which was like worth it. Like I learned so much from there, and it was like just learning all the technical stuff is important, especially if you're a professional trainer, you want to be thorough and explain like why you do things, and like explain like why we do certain methods or certain things for the dogs. I think was really important, especially where like they gave just quizzing us like all the time, and then really just beating it down in our brains. Like it stuck a lot longer versus other places that I learned.
Yeah. Well, it's more important too that you understand the why behind why it works and what you're doing, and the framework of animal behavior. It doesn't have to just be dogs. It can be horses. They're starting to do a lot more horse stuff. It can actually be human beings as well. And you can work on not just having the terminology that makes sense for your clients, even though some of my clients really, it just kind of goes over their head. But it's more important that you understand the why behind what you do. And with my clients that are pet dog people, I can see how they got their dog into such a reactive state when it comes to greeting people at the door, when it comes to pulling on the leash, all this stuff that inadvertently they've been doing NePoPo, which stands for negative, positive, positive, negative reinforcement, positive reinforcement, positive reinforcement. And the benefits of using that to bring about a desired behavior on cue every time with heart and soul. All right. And so NePoPo is a system that stands for negative, positive, positive. We give the 7 points about how a dog will come to you with grab their metal bowl, bring it to you, but then you go tell them to fetch something and they look at you like you're stupid. And so you have to understand why a dog does to better their own situation. And then we use operant and classical conditioning to bring about a mode of communication that allows the dog to think that it's kind of their idea. And that's the beauty of it, man. Like one of the aspects of this too is like the operant stuff allows the dog to be the artist and allows the dog to create their own behavior. But you have to understand how to bring up how to charge a clicker, how to understand what marker training is, how to capture behavior, and how long to work with it and when to stop. And just like we were talking about with the Bergin school, like that's the aspect of like chunking it down, ending on a victory, and the benefits to that.
Yeah, I think for me it was like the 7 points of Napopo. It was literally just grinded in my head because I was like so scared that one of them, Bart or Michael, is just gonna point at me. You 7 points right now. I'm like, Well,
in animal welfare, we have to know about animal welfare, why we do what we do, and it's at the core of all the philosophy, the teachings that we learn. And I highly recommend it. And there's a silver school coming up, you guys, in October. Go to napopotraining.com to check out the schedule. I believe they still have spots. It does sell out often, so check that out. Highly recommended from me. And how about you?
I definitely recommend it because especially where like, especially the points where like, especially the gold. Like I love the parts with like why does a dog do and then how does a dog better the situation. Like I always like for me like I don't really do like working dogs or like train like sport dogs, but like it has helped with just explaining it to my pet clients, and like for me it made it a lot easier per se. But I definitely recommend it if anyone hasn't gone to the Napopo school. I would definitely recommend it.
Well, we have, and not only does the gold school further your teaching, but it also allows you to go to gold schools, right? So we have gold schools I'm a gold multiplicator, and we put on gold schools. Are you a multiplicator, Kev?
I am not yet, just because I'm a little bit nervous trying to teach my own gold school, but I definitely feel like I need to go to a couple more gold schools to refresh my mind, and then
good. Yeah, it definitely takes on a pretty significant a commitment as a gold multiplicator, right? You want to be able to do the justice to the system. And I just want to let you guys know that I'm a gold multiplicator, and I have a gold school coming up here in August that I'll be teaching with Heather Lowell. Her and I are partnering. And let me see if I can find a link to that, the graphic where we will be doing our gold school. So check that out if you guys are interested. We still have spots available. And for some reason, it's just not loading, but we'll see here. And so check that out, you guys. It's going to be here on my property up in Arlington, Washington, just north of Seattle. Heather Lowell and I will be partnering, and it's a 5-day intensive course of dog training. And we also get into the e-collar as well. And so come on up, contact me or Heather if you are interested in joining. And we still have spots available, but there is a prerequisite that you do have to go through the silver school and pass it first before you are able to attend our gold schools. And we have a couple auditing spots that have been already filled. So those are open for gold multiplicators and gold members to audit the course. So keep that in mind.
Good to know. I definitely have to plan it where like the next time you and Heather do a gold school together, I'm definitely taking an audit spot.
Okay, we would love to have you, man. And my spot here, like I'm going to be doing them only in the summer times up here in the Pacific Northwest because it gets pretty wet. But I absolutely love teaching people here and having them here. And I have 5.5 acres that we can let the dogs run and really get into the school. And the silver school is about the philosophy and where we don't have dogs, but the gold school is all about the dogs. So we bring your dogs. We're going to be doing the work in the dogs are part of the curriculum with the school that I run. And we're going to be learning a lot, not just about working dogs, but because I am a pet dog trainer, how to utilize this information to enhance your ability as a pet dog trainer, how to speak to clients, how to attract the right clients, and what your clients are looking for as well. So it gets a lot deeper into the system. And that's what's cool about it is like there's different aspects of the gold school from police dog trainers to pet dog trainers to IGP specific, to PSA specific. Like there's lots of different routes that you can go. And we also do talk about tracking and trailing as well with the gold school that I'll be running. So keep that in mind.
That's definitely like me knowing you, and then like I love Heather. Heather and I are like best friends, and I went to like I went to visit her for Thanksgiving, I think like 2 years ago. It was super fun. Heather's such a cool girl.
And I'm going to post it right now. We still have spots available. Yeah, she's awesome. For myself, for more information, I have a ambulance coming by. I hope people are okay, man. Always say a little prayer whenever I hear these sirens go by my street here, especially in the summertime. We have a river right behind me and a river right down the street. And a lot of times people don't realize how cold the water is when they go swimming in the summertime. And a lot of times people jump in the water and they need to be rescued. And so just saying a quick little prayer as a siren rolls by here. So you're doing dog training. You have Kanine Freedom. Let me show this one. Who's that handsome man? So Kanine Freedom. And it looks like we got a one-eyed Chihuahua.
We got the one-eyed Chihuahua, which he's somewhere here. He's sleep. Oh, he just knocked down the corner there. They're all the dogs are just trying to stay alive in this heat at this point. So
you have to go and sit and relax. And so you do an application, huh? So fill out an application when people come to your site, huh?
Yeah, especially when like right now, like working on the business part of it. Like before this website, like I had a friend of mine like work on my other one, but it didn't stick out as much. It wasn't like I felt like it could have been better. So I was like I spent like 2 days or 2 or 3 days just putting this all together. And I was just like, I just had like an inspiration weekend where I just had creative juices just flowing. And I also was like, I also like talked to like a couple of other dog trainer friends. And I also looked at their website and I got inspired off that. So.
I'll purchase password. So that's for somebody else here. Cool, man. Yeah, it looks great. In-home programs, group classes. Yeah, I need to redo my website. Cool, dude. Yep. Yeah, I'm not even doing board and trains right now. Access to Sunday socials. Access to pack walks. Awesome. That's what I want to do too. I'll be doing some more pack walks. What do you do mostly?
Usually it's like I'm doing, like, I have a couple of my regulars from like 5 years ago that still do like my pack walks, and it's like sometimes I'll have 3 dogs with me we'll go around the park, or sometimes like I'll have 7 or 8 dogs that join me. I think the more popular one that my clients enjoy is my Sunday socials, where I practice my large field socialization. And I have like a 2-acre area that I borrow in the morning. and we just go from 9 to 9:45, like a 45-minute
Okay.
activity for the dogs, and like to watch all the dogs run and have a good time in the 2 acres. It's always it's really nice. It's very refreshing to see when I'm not trying to manage the group of dogs running like 5-on-1, chasing the rabbit per se.
Yeah, it gets. You always got to keep your head on the swivel. I found the picture of or the post about with Heather and I for our gold school here. So there it is, the 12th through the 17th, Bow Wow Bill Ranch. Contact me if you guys are interested in going to that. And I just shared it on my personal page too. So yeah, I want to do some pack walks here, and I want to do them in the hikes, or do hikes out here in the mountains here. I just I have Starlink. You ever hear of Starlink?
Mm.
So Elon Musk's internet company we have the satellite dishes, and that's what we're speaking on right now. All of my interviews are on Starlink. All of the internet that I have, all the gaming that I do, where I just play one game, but it works, man. And I just had an offer to go to Starlink Mini, and so I'll be having a mini satellite dish that I can take with me on these hikes, because that was one of my concerns, was like being out in the backwoods. We don't have any cell phone signal at all back there. Mm-hmm. And this will allow us to have some access to the internet, and just in case of an emergency. That's my biggest concern. Being out in the wilderness, somebody get lost or something like that. Encountering a bear. I've encountered a couple bears back there. And so it's definitely an adventure, but I also want to have some technology that's going to allow us to stay in touch. And so I'm excited to get that. I should have that next week. And then I was thinking about starting my pack walks up again, where I go out and we go out into the forest and have fun with the dogs. And the other thing I want to do too is a Roughing It weekend, where we go and camp with the dogs, where I rent out a campground and bring the dogs up and have fun and have some enrichment exercises, some relationship building behavior stuff that we can do with our dogs. And I really like the aspect of going somewhere with your dogs and coming home with them, traveling with your dogs. I think that is a bonding experience. Taking your dog with you and encountering the beautiful world all around us, but also bringing them back home and being able to decompress with them as well.
Yeah, I think if I wasn't doing, I would love to travel more with my dogs. I think because I recently took my dogs, I took my 9-year-old now to over at Heather Beck's place in Utah, because she was hosting Jay Jack. That was such a fun time.
Yeah, I love Jay.
And then we had a working spot. We did a working spot. We did spring pole. We did
How do you like the spring pole? How do your dog like that?
Oh, she loves it. And then she loves the spring pole. But then Jay Jack's just like, he's like, "Hey, Kevin, how's her obedience?" And I was like, I say 50-50 with the spring pole. And then he's like, "All right, we're gonna do a mock trial with you in spring pole." And he's like doing those things like this or like this. I'm not even watching him. He's like, and I'm watching the dog, and then he's literally like this, like,
dude, pay attention to me.
Yeah, I was like, my bad. I was like, my bad, Jay, my bad. It was so much fun, and I really wanted to pass the social responsibility test that we had the trial, and we passed the first part. The second part, my dog was so innocent. Like, my dog tried to pick up the long line to give it to me, and she was like, she sat and had the leash in her mouth. But apparently that's like a DQ, because they don't want dogs biting the leash. And I was like, fuck. We were so close to passing.
Okay, well, that's what he's got a good thing going, man. Like, something people don't realize. And I'll be talking to Jay. I need to reach back out to him. I've been talking to him a little bit about dog consenting to training, all that stuff. And we're going to be doing a live stream, but he definitely has a good thing going with this, not just the GRC, but the social responsibility. And I watched all these dog trainers at the conference that I watched with him, and they were failing it left and right.
Yeah. And I mean, like, I think Jay is definitely one of the trainers that like I love learning from, and I like will definitely utilize a lot more information from him. And then like me, and then I think it's between like a little bit of Napopo, a little bit of Jay Jack, Heather Beck. I definitely, you know, especially with utilizing the sidekick leash, and I just finished her online course, was really good. Like, I love picking pieces from everyone that I learned from to help me with the dog that I have in front of me.
Yeah, I mean, and I think we need an eclectic knowledge base to be a success here, you know. And once we are decided and dead, I mean, we think we know it all, we're dead in the water, is what I mean to say. And let me put up here a link to Heather Beck's site as well, since we're chatting about her. And I've talked to Heather Beck on the live stream. I need to do another one with her. And it's something that resonates. There's not any one of us has all of the pieces of the puzzle. And I think that being a lifelong learner is key in this industry, and having that eclectic knowledge base, because you're going to have dogs that are going to be harder than others. You're going to have dogs that are going to be sensitive. There's going to have dogs that are going to take like 90% of one technique, 10% of another technique. Then you have another dog that's taking 40% one technique, 20% another technique. And I'll learn with Heather's Heroes. Let me put this up here too. Is that the online course?
Yep.
So here's an online course for Heather as well that she just started.
Yeah,
and,
she's
go ahead.
Yeah, she just started, and then, you know, like me and some other cool trainers, I think like Martin Wright, we were the guinea pigs of her beta course. And
Nice.
And no, it was really organized, and they even like, you even got to, like, I learned how to even just like, we went through a course of like canine CPR and some like how to handle certain emergencies, and like, and just being able to, the homework, it was not even like that difficult. It wasn't like tasking while you're doing a business and things like that. So I really enjoyed it.
Cool. Yeah, I just messaged her letting her know that we're chatting about her in her online school. So if she pops in here, I'll definitely put her up on her comments up on the live screen. So yeah, I want to check it out, man. And the other aspect of knowing this is, just like I was saying about the emergencies, like, you have to be able to deal with some emergencies, and always mitigating your protocols to alleviate the chances of an emergency popping up. But shit's gonna happen, man. Like, it's either whether it's with a particular dog and health issues, or whether it's working with dogs that are high maintenance, that have reactivity or dog aggression, human aggression, people getting bit, dogs getting bit. What happens if that happens? I've had hunting dogs that have hurt themselves in the field going after jumping into the pond. There's lots of things that can happen, man. Dogs overheating, just like what you're dealing with right now with the hot weather, right? There's certain things that we have to keep in mind to how do we deal with this problem if it arises.
Yeah, I think just being able to go with different backgrounds in training, and just learning from, like, I'm pretty open-minded, where I like going to different workshops and seminars to learn. It just adds another puzzle piece to my dog trainer brain that I can just pull out and help with my clients, or whatever dog I I am with, you know.
Yeah, adds tools to your toolbox, right? And even though, like, I haven't used this pry bar or this this vice grip for a very long time, there's going to be a time that I need to use that. And so the toolbox analogy I use a lot. And just like whenever sometimes it's the right tool for the right job, and but we can't become reliant on tools too. We have to know, how do we teach this? How do we get the dog to learn without using that tool as well? Some dog trainers I see, we were talking about e-collars earlier, and some dogs are super reliant on that e-collar. Some trainers are super reliant on the e-collar, and sometimes the e-collar malfunctions. Sometimes the e-collar gets lost. Sometimes there's a lot of things that can happen. So we also have to have a plan B when this tool isn't working, and that's where that eclectic knowledge base comes in. That's where learning from different teachers is valuable. Learning from e-collar teachers, learning from teachers that are more hands-on, old school, and giving credit where credit is due too, I think, is important as well. And we live in a world of curated content, and to realize, like, look, some of this stuff that you see on social media may not be how it really is.
Oh yeah, I definitely, for me, I give credit when I always give credit when it's due. You know, like if I'm telling someone, if I'm teaching with a client or another dog trainer about this idea, I'm like, I did not come up with this. Like, I had like either Jay Jack show me, or I had like if someone says, "Wow, that's really cool that you developed," I was like, no, this was not me. This was Jay. I was like, this is Jay, or this was Bart, or this is Heather. I didn't make this leash, you know. So it's like, I give credit when it's due, or like I'll give the people who I learn from lots of credit, you know.
Yeah, but that's important, man. We stand on the shoulders of giants, and even the people that we learn from somebody else, right? And even so, like, some of this stuff is intuitive, and I see people taking credit for things that I've learned from an old school trainer too. So you need to be careful of that, of people claiming stuff that, I mean, they might have legitimately think that they invented this stuff because they've stumbled upon, but it's also been, that's the importance of, like, just branching out and learning as much as you can, becoming a consummate learner, and not just being stuck in one camp and with one particular philosophy as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, it's fun. It's a very fun and educational journey, just to go from like different trainers, especially like I kind of have like a wish list, or to learn from a workshop list. And I'm pretty sure
who's on that list.
Nelson, he's next. I need to go to his place, or do one of those, do his first course. I definitely want to do that.
Relationship-based behavior modification.
Yep. And I think I really need to take a chance to like maybe hang out or just watch Chad Mackin like work some dogs, because I'm really curious about how he interacts with the dogs. And I think probably maybe later on I might just like either probably you and Heather's goat school, or somebody's goat school, just to refresh myself.
Yeah, I definitely recommend. Well, the thing about Heather and I is that we're going to be doing a lot of pet dog stuff, right? And she has her degree in neurobiology too. So, and then let me shout out Nelson's school, you guys. This is the Canine Human Relationship Center here, or Institute, excuse me, CHRI Institute, or chrinstitute.com. And he has a live subscription where you can do these Zoom calls with him. So check that out. And I can't recommend Nelson Hodges enough, you guys. He's getting up there in the years, man. I think he's 70 now. So learn from him now. I definitely am I'm a huge fan of his. I've had him here for a couple seminars. And let's talk about the what you were talking about. RBBM is relationship-based behavior modification, and relationship-based training. Here, let me zoom in a little bit on this bad boy. And it's basically all these college certificate level courses that he has, and it can take up to 5 years to obtain a certification level. Right.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's something that he's poured his heart and soul into. And the people that have gone through this, it's hands-on dogs. You get a dog when you go there. For some of the courses, I have to do another live stream with him where he has an actual microphone that isn't lagging. The last one that we did, we had a rough time with the audio. But you guys check him out. I put up a link to the canine human link into the comments down below, to the Human Relationship Institute, Canine Human Relationship Institute. It's in Texas, and I can't recommend Nelson highly enough, you guys, and especially for you, Kevin. If you haven't been to Nelson, then definitely makes sense that would be the next step that you would take.
Yeah, I think probably Chad Mackin. I do maybe want to try Marina Azana, the marker movement seminar. I really want to go to.
What is that one?
Let me try to pull it up. I know she's.
You can share the screen too on your end, I think too.
Oh, yeah.
So I love learning from new people. I wish Bob Bailey was doing seminars. So he's getting older too. And that's the other thing, you guys, like a lot of these guys that are OGs in this industry are getting old, and we need to learn from them while we can, and hopefully they can do some aspects of online work where they can that can live indefinitely even as they get older as well. So What do you got? You messaged me over here. Okay.
Yeah, I've heard.
Music. Here, let me see. I'll copy this and bring it over here so we can paste it here. I'm going to share it on this screen. Movement markers, clinic schedule. Movement markers. I don't even know. Am I friends with this person? I am not. Maybe I'm going to have to chat with them. Marna Azuna.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, like I saw, like she did a seminar at IACP. I think 2023 or something like that, or it was like one of the recent IACPs. It was the one in Florida, and basically it's like you're studying like the dogs, like how they walk, and like you can you can tell, like you can assess the dog just by the gait, like how they walk, and like I
remember her.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
So it's little things like that I'm curious about. So
she doesn't have anything here near me. I guess she has one in Cheyenne. Maybe I'll call her and have her do a clinic here.
Yeah, I think that'd be really cool.
Okay, here I'll show you guys the what I'm looking at here. This is where movement markers clinic schedule. This is who Kevin is talking about, and then the gal is Marina Asuna, and I just put tomorrow's her birthday, dude.
Oh snap! I got a message. I got a message her. Happy birthday soon.
There you go. So everybody message her and tell her happy birthday. But yeah, it looks like they just did one in Wisconsin. One coming up here in Australia, Arizona, and then New Jersey in October, December in Australia. Or dude, why am I saying Australia? Arizona.
I think you have Australia like in your.
Yeah, I was
stuck in your
talking.
head with the paradigm.
Yeah, Canine Paradigm, and then another one in Arizona, and then another one in Wyoming next year, 2025. She's already booking out. So yeah, check it out, you guys. So I would like to learn from her as well. Always learning. And I was looking at her site, but it doesn't look like it's up, and unfortunately, so I will have to do some more research. I put out a friend request to her, so hopefully we might do a live stream, talk a little bit more about this stuff. So.
Sweet,
Cool.
sweet.
Well, and then, so what's the best way for people to get a hold of you, Kev, if they want to hire you, if they want to, if they're in Santa Rosa? And it looks like Cameron Ford's in Santa Rosa, and so is Michael Ellis as well. So you got some heavy hitters in the area. Have you met Cameron Ford in person?
I did a conference, and then I recently went to his Cognition Canine seminar a few weeks ago, and I went to another event, so he definitely knows I'm here.
Okay. Cool. I'm definitely interested. I've reached out to him as well. I want to do a live stream with Cameron. I want to find out what he's all about, and I'm excited to know you, man. I'm excited to watch you grow, and I want you to come to one of our gold schools. Loved my time at the Michael Ellis School. Have you been to Michael Ellis' school yet, Kev?
I went to an e-collar seminar like way back, I think 2018 or 2019, and I didn't really have a chance to do his in-person stuff because busy with clients, and also it was a lot of money back then.
Yeah, or now he's doing premium. More.
Yeah, pretty much paid the premium.
Yeah, you pay a premium, man, and that's where, like, Maggie and I are going to do a live stream where we talk about charging enough money to make your business sustainable, and that will be on our Patreon for my paid members. That's probably going to be tomorrow, Wednesday. A lot of people are doing a subscription-based model, and we're going to talk about how the numbers just don't add up when you want to do that kind of thing. It's just a lot of calorie for the dollar. And so we'll talk about that. I'm anxious to hear what she has to say about that business model. And keep in mind, it's not the same as like the Patreon that I'm doing, because it's, we have some exclusive content available on Patreon. In fact, I have an interview with Omar Van Mueller on Patreon that is worth every penny of the subscription price. And so check that out. But we'll be going live on Patreon. I might even tap you to do a little Patreon spot with me as well, Kevin, if you consider it.
Happy to. I am happy to do that.
Cool, brother, man. Well, the best way to people get a hold of you is on your website there.
Yeah, website, and they can fill out a contact form, or like my number's on there. They can just reach out, and I'd be happy to go on the phone and talk, and then set up people for training.
I don't even know if I put a link to your website here, so let me do that. Anything else that you want to chat about, my friend? Anything that we missed? I know we've been all over the place.
I mean, if anything, just let people let people know where, don't, like, keep learning, stay the forever student, and tell their fellow dog trainers and other business owners, that, like, be open-minded and have some good friends to converse and reach out to, and have great mentors like Bart and Heather.
Well, and also, it's all about cooperation, not competition. Like, people get caught up in guarding knowledge, and we're here to help each other out, and hopefully, we're all in this at the end of the day for the dog's benefit.
Yeah, we don't need to go, House of Dragon, Game of Thrones on each other. There's plenty of dogs out there for everyone to share, and then it's like watching how social media is starting to feel like House of Dragons, and I'm on season 2 right now. So
House of Dragons, what's that one?
So basically, it's the prequel before Game of Thrones.
Okay, I've never even seen Game of Thrones. Not
It's
one episode, not 1 second of an episode. House of Dragons, season 2, episode 4. Okay. I just House of Dragons, American fantasy drama television series created by George R.R. Martin for HBO, prequel to Game of Thrones, and it is the second television series in the Song of Ice and Fire franchise. Okay. Cool. And it's got a lot of fighting, huh?
it's got a lot of fighting, and then like a lot of rated MA, some rated MA content. But I'm there mostly for the dragons. I'm not there for. I'm not there for the other stuff. I'm just here to watch dragons, and
yeah, sure,
fantasy
buddy.
fights.
No, I gotta watch it. No, just kidding.
It's like,
I get bored watching movies or television stuff. But go ahead, Kevin. What were you saying?
No, it's just so funny. We went from like dog training and then back and forth, and now we're like Game of Thrones, and now like we're watching. Now like I just exposed myself to the Game of Thrones House of Dragons. My motives for watching it.
Yeah. We know, buddy. It's okay. I've never seen it, so I don't have no clue what you're talking about. But it's got some I would assume some nakedness, huh?
Just a little, like just a smidge, but, But I'm sure some of your subscribers have watched it, and so they can tell you all about it. So
yeah, I'm good. I don't really. I am. What do we call it? Like I've been married 20 years, and even when this stuff comes on the television, like I go like this, just because I love my wife. I am that's where all my honor and devotion goes to her. So I'm not really into that kind of stuff anyway, and I get bored with that. I get bored with movies. Like I watch movies and pretty soon I'm off like on my phone or that's why I like video games. Like I play the one game Fortnite that and a lot of times my wife will be watching her TV series. She's watching The Witcher right now. I guess The Witcher is coming out with a new one, and so she has to watch all of them. And I watched The Chosen. You know about The Chosen, dude?
Oh, I felt like I've heard of it. I feel like it's on my list to watch.
It's about Jesus Christ and his apostles, and a lot of people get turned off by like religion, but this is actually a very well done series where they actually talk about some of the stories and in the Gospels and the things that Jesus has done, and the apostles, the 12 apostles his disciples, right, that he chose. And it kind of goes into the life and experiences of all of them and the different aspects of the life of Jesus. And I highly recommend it. I mean, I am getting anxious because I think that they actually crucify him in season 6. They did 7 seasons and they're on season 4. They just finished. They're shooting season 5 now, and it's all available for free. So you can go to the Chosen or the Angel app or some, I believe. Here, let me put a link to it now that we're talking about it. That's what the Chosen TV series. But it's good, man. Like it's the chosen.tv is how you watch this stuff, and it's very well done, and it's all been crowdfunded. But it's good, and we want to watch some of them maybe even in the movie theater before they come out available to the general public. They're in the theater, so watch the chosen.tv. And if you do watch it, let me know what you think, Kevin, because it's a little bit more not as MA as we were talking about earlier. No dragons in there either. But I
can make an exception, and I will definitely message you when I start watching.
Okay. Yeah, and then I know the Bible pretty well, so it's like even with my wife talking about her, like this is the point of this, or this is going to happen here, or this is, this is what's cool about this, right? And so, yeah. So check it out, man. And that's where, like, now we're back. Now we're on the Bible after.
So, and then basically, I'm just gonna go to you, but like, forgive me, Bill, I have sinned.
No, I'm not the guy. I sin too, dude. You know, but I can help you with that too. I can send you to the right place. But love you, buddy, and let's sign off to the people here. But you stay on. I'll sign off with you in the studio, okay?
Yep.
And then you guys check them out, Kanine Freedom. Well, hold on. Before we go, why Kanine Freedom? Why'd you use this? Why'd you name your business this?
I figured I wanted to put my own spin on it, so I added the K and I switched to C, just so I wanted to see if people paid attention to it, because Kevin and then K9. I decided to switch to C with the K, and then here it was.
Do you know what that reminds me of? 1877 cars for kids. KARS, cars for kids.
Oh my God, that commercial.
Cars for kids. Donate your car today. The cars with the K. So when I saw the Kanine Freedom with the K, I just automatically, that song went rolling in my head, dude. So
I didn't.
You need to do
now.
1877 Kanine Freedom.
Oh my God, that's
Freedom with a K.
My head now. That commercial is
you're
my
welcome.
commercial. That commercial is stuck right here in my forehead now. I love it.
Awesome, man. Well, thank you guys for watching. Consider supporting me. Get a hold of Kevin, and we'll see you next week, next Tuesday. Every Tuesday we'll be doing these live streams. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon. Have a happy 4th of July to all my people in America. Happy Independence Day. And man, I might do a live stream too where we talk about some tips and tricks of keeping those dogs calm. So keep an eye open for that. Bye, you guys.
Oh, yeah. All right, bye, guys.